Hi, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Allie.
And we're Sin and Tonic.
Ow! We're a horror-based blog that focuses on full moon and Empire movies.
Each episode is going to include custom cocktails and us getting hammered fucking drunk.
As well as doing a really fun curated activity, hammered fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Welcome to episode 1.
We're going to be talking about Puppet Master 1 through 3.
Fuck yeah. All of which were written by Charles Band himself.
God love him. So for episode 1, our custom cocktail / beverage is a cinnamon whiskey named after Torch, our beloved Puppet Master 2 initiation.
Solid. Ooh yeah, so smooth. So the first Puppet Master was released in 1989, also the year I was born, not to brag. Directed by David Schmoller. I really hope we're saying that right. And also written by Charles Band and produced by Charles Band because he is a god. Basically, the first film focuses around Andre Toulon, who is this amazing puppeteer, and he's putting like the finishing touches on Jester, and then he does this thing with his hands, and then Jester's head spins, and you realize that they're fucking magical and they come to life. Awesome. Not so cool. It's 1939, and like Nazis are super popular. Toulon is like, how the fuck do I deal with this? So all of his puppets that are magically alive, he's like, I know, I'm gonna stick them in the wall, and then I'm gonna kill myself. Fast forward 50 years later, and there's these group of friends who all happen to be psychics. So they end up in this old hotel where they're trying to look for these puppets, and they all start having visions, and they can all see their deaths, and it's super fun and awesome. And basically these puppets come back to life and just go on a killing spree throughout this hotel. That is the first one in a nutshell.
Puppet Master 2 is about another band of random psychics coming back to said hotel where Toulon killed himself and the
Band, get it? Sorry.
It's so funny. They banded together. And what they were initially looking for was the brain juice of Toulon because they wanted the secret to creating these puppets because they knew Toulon had the secret to this Egyptian curse of making puppets come to life. And then the puppets are there and they come and kill everyone.
So Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge, came out in like 1991, whatever, I was like 2. And they really dive into like the origins of like the puppets. So basically there is like a slightly younger, hotter Toulon who is creating all of these puppets that are magical and come to life. But also, as you found out in the first one, it's Nazi Germany.
Dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
Nazis invade his house, kill his wife, and he's like, fuck everything, and so him and his puppets go on a killing spree. So let's get further into it. So Richard Band does all of the music for the Puppet Master movies. Well, majority of the Puppet Master movies.
Pretty much all the Puppet Master movies, so much of the Full Moon and Empire movies. He did the completely iconic Reanimator score, which is fucking beautiful. The
And
Master
Ghoulies.
Ghoulies.
Forever will love him for doing Ghoulies.
The Puppet Master theme is fantastic. I'm huge on scores that really fit the movie and that are really strong within the themes of the movie, so that really stood out to me in those 3 movies, besides Killer Puppets, obviously.
Of course. Soundtrack consists of a synthesizer arrangement of Pino Donaggio. Who also did the music for Tourist Trap, which will be episode 2.
Yeah. Also, Piranha, Joe Dante's wonderful movie.
I have a story about me and him making out, but that's for another time.
Oh,
Patreon
damn.
subscribers, that's what you get.
Joe Dante making out, I really want to hear that story.
Well, you can pay for it. Alright, so we can't talk about Puppet Master without talking about, like, personally and biasedly, my favorite puppet, Blade, which took 5 different puppeteers to be able to make him move, but also was based off of the German actor Klaus Kinski, just like a fun little known fact. And the movie starts with Blade on a nice little reconnaissance mission where he's like spying on Nazis, but he also has this really cute moment where like it's like his little puppet cam kind of thing where he's running and you can hear his little feet and you can hear him breathing, which is fucking stupid because why does a puppet need to breathe? They're not real. But my favorite part is literally him just looking up at the lady and being like, ah! Fast forward, it's now 1989. Allie has just been born. 3 best friends, and they're all psychics.
Of course they are.
Psychics travel in herds.
They band together. Neil is a psychic that dies, and then the group of psychics come to the hotel to investigate and kind of mourn together and band together.
Band together,
They
yes.
band together.
They Richard band together.
And overall, they really want to know Toulon's secret. Because they've heard through the grapevine that he figured out the secret of reanimating tissue and bringing life to inanimate objects. So they come there together to not only mourn, but to figure out this whole curse and figure out the secret of Toulon.
I want to know what grapevine they are a part of. I feel like all the grapevines
The
I'm a
psychic
part
grapevine.
of
Come on,
like,
the medium.
suck.
We're not a part of the
Man,
medium grapevine.
If there's a medium out there who has a grapevine that just wants to like link us in, please do it. Our lives are very boring.
sin&tonic@gmail.com.
But yeah, so basically, once the puppets, come to life, once they're all reunited as a little group, even though they've never met, shenanigans happens.
Puppet killings happen, as they do. So, Puppet Master 2 was released in 1990, and there's a huge, very important aspect to that movie, and it is
So
the
huge. So.
destruction of our favorite female-only Puppet Master puppet, Leech Woman.
The one female puppet we had gets killed off in the deuce.
So can we have a moment of silence for sweet Leech Woman?
I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by.
What's really important to talk about in Puppet Master 2 is, when you watch killer doll movies and you think, guys, they're just dolls. You could punt them across the room or pick them up and throw them out.
Literally
whatever.
every time I watch Child's Play.
Every
he is
time.
a foot tall, just
Ooh.
kick him like a football.
Pew, pew. So in Puppet Master 2, you finally see a woman. She holds Leech Woman in her hand and is like, yeah, you're a little fucking puppet. And then throws him to her fire. See ya. Also in Puppet Master 2, they introduced Torch, my favorite puppet, the most efficient puppet that they have, because his fucking flames reach up to 10 feet long.
They really were just reaching for whatever story they could hook together in the second one. But it works. It's great, and they introduced some of my favorite characters, but also kill off one of our favorite characters. So that's a bummer.
Totally.
But nevertheless,
Stop motion.
stop motion is a thing.
Done really well.
It was, and it was done by the director David Allen, who, weirdly fun fact, so the director of the first one was David Schmoller.
Schmoller?
And this one is David Allen, and the producer of this film is David Dakota, who goes on to actually direct the third Puppet Master. So the first 3 were all directed by Davids. Just
There we go.
a weird fact.
Secondary, very important aspect of Puppet Master 2, fucking Babe Alert.
Ooh,
Michael!
Yes, Michael! Babe
long
Alert for
hair.
centuries. Oof.
Oh, God. We might do
You
it.
could master my puppet if you know what I mean.
Bring a torch into your life. Put a torch in your pants.
I would be his leash woman. Alright, so let's take it to sexy 1991 for Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge, which is, of course, the prequel to 1 and 2, as you do. Because,
As you
when
do.
you're 3 in, you're like, yeah, let's go back to before the first one. We're gonna Star Wars the shit out of this. This is where we get introduced to Six Shooter.
Hi, I'm Six Shooter.
And I'm Pinhead.
Yeah, you are. Retro.
We're from the Retro Puppet Master line. I'm Pinhead, but my head is the same size as my body. Oh, no, his pants are falling.
No. I'm Six Shooter. I have many machine guns, meaning 6 of them. And we see the origins of Leech Woman. It was based on Toulon's sweet wife that died. So she was inspired by his late wife. So that's great.
And as you know, everyone who commemorates their late wife, this puppet puked leeches.
So many of the kills in Puppet Master 1 through 3 are really off screen, but there's one that just gets my goat. It really gets my goat. Leech Woman seductively comes towards this blindfolded man and seems as though she's licking and sucking on his nipple, which he's really into, but then releases her leeches onto his chest and helps slowly kill him. It's fantastic.
You can really feel the love that he had for his wife.
Putting leeches in her, and then they just automatically come out of that little doll body, which makes a lot of sense.
But anyways, so it's also Nazi Germany. The Nazis are coming, and he's like, shit guys, what do I do? So the story takes a very dark turn when the Nazis show up and kill Toulon's wife. It's so sad, but alas, they're Nazis. But anyways, Toulon is like, fuck this shit, and this is where things get kind of confusing because pretty sure in the first Puppet Master, he kills himself before he hides the puppets in the wall, but in this one he's like, no, we're all gonna band together and fight the Nazis.
There's some obvious plot holes, timeline issues, but, you know, nobody pays attention to that. Who's counting?
So that was our first episode on Puppet Master 1 through 3.
We want to say thank you to our crew, which is Aaron, Brandon, and Trent, wherever you are. God bless you.
We also want to thank all the Davids involved with these productions of Puppet Master. There is several.
Many.
To the Davids.
To the Davids. Also, Charles Band, Richard Band, the Band Brothers, our beautiful Brit.
They certainly banded together.
And you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at sin&tonic horror. And our website is under the umbrella of Spinsters of Horror. So the Spinsters of Horror website is www.spinstersofhorror.com.
And it will be at the bottom of the screen. That's what this meant. I get it now. Come get drunk and spooky with us.